scheduled.
Why are we frozen? I'm frozen. Come here, look. You're not frozen. I'm frozen. What's up?
Activate
Okay, there we go.
and then say okay.
We were fixed. We were not fixed a minute ago. Go sit back next to your ministry shirt.
Yes, dear. Are we good now? Okay.
I will bring us up here. Friend of ours just got notified she's been laid off, so it's a little weird right now.
We are. Do you hate updates?
Yes,
Do we hate updates?
that's what made us 4 minutes late.
I'm not a big fan of updates. Hello, who's watching? I gotta watch an ad. Am I actually on Cat? Oh, okay. I see Fuzz. I see Rianne. I see a moderator has already done the thing. I need to do all messages. And Scooter Mom. Hello, Scooter Mom.
Hi, Scooter Mom.
And there we go. Oh, now I see I see myself sitting down.
Good
Well,
guess.
hey, Carrie Ann.
What do you think of the just roll out of bed and rolled up to his office look?
Oh,
Your DJ thing.
I know. It's a Tuesday.
And get
Tu
your finger
tu
out of your nose.
Tuesdays. What?
Your fingers, you've been doing this for
I
like
know. I've got a hair there or
12
something.
hours now. You were
12
doing it at a
hours.
club last night too.
Uh, Sitting with you or
Hmm.
really?
Hmm.
Must be all that stuff I was doing
Dust,
yesterday.
dust, in that club,
Possibly.
dust.
All right.
So,
Put go full screen, please.
no, he doesn't want to play with me anymore.
Just for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's got to go adjust himself.
Yeah. Well, I've got the microphone on still, so
It is not a brain fart, Scooter Mom. You left 5 minutes before. We don't have, now I'm playing with my eyebrows. We don't have the attention span of gnats. It's 5 minutes is like, forever. So,
what was that all about?
5 minutes. Ah,
Okay.
you gotta
Use the YouTube player volume.
I'm trying. It doesn't do it on short.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah, because I was trying to show something.
Okay. What did I miss? Forgot to do. Scooter, you're under no obligation to do that.
I know, it's what I told her.
Yeah.
She apologized yesterday, and I was like,
However, I'm driving, so no personal hellos right now.
oh,
Okay.
it's Tuesday, right?
Okay. Well, we can say hello to you all we want.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Papa Cat is sometimes a little,
It's really amazing. It does take a village.
not unkempt, but not necessarily at his prettiest on Tuesdays.
Okay, gotta show you this because I've become ultimately just mesmerized by it. When I've made 2 years at 130, no major fluctuations,
Oh,
this is
I know.
what
I can't see the screen, but I know what she's showing.
what doctor I'm going to. Come on. Do you see it? Do you know who that is? That's Kim's mother.
Yeah,
Kim's on the left or on the right,
Mama
and
Kardashian.
Mama's on the left. That's Kris Jenner. I didn't need a car. I don't ever need a car again. I will spend the money for this one. I will save up for the money for this one. I will not buy anything that I absolutely don't have to for the next 3 years. Look at that. She's
You
60 freaking
you
9.
heard it? 69,
She's
really?
69.
Holy crap!
Yeah. Is that some creepy doo-doo or what? She looks just like her daughter too. That's the problem. Her daughter must be mad. She looks younger than her daughter now. Me happy now. The world can turn
Oh, yes. You,
because I'm getting the Wagobi face. I know I am I saw my cheekbones that I haven't seen since I was 16 today. See?
okay. She's had a lot of work done. You think? But work that's
But
actually,
look at it. It doesn't look like what did they call the Mar-a-Lago facelift, where you just wind up with a ton of filler in your face. So,
yeah. When you look like Madam from Waylon and Madam,
yes.
then or the
Which is what Ozempic face is supposed to do is make you look like Madam too. So it's like I've been hyper vigilant about it.
yeah.
So I have my Washo and all of my witch stuff and virgins and everything like that. So
Yeah, her version of youthful, the what is it, the fountain of youth, the secret of youth,
yes, sacrificing virgins
and drinking their blood.
and drinking their blood.
Right.
That's what what's her name did. Bathory, Countess Bathory. I hooked on that a long time ago, and it's so funny. It freaks out half of the people I tell them because they take me seriously. I'm like, I'm thinking, well, 20 years ago it was like, where am I going to put them? Now it's where am I going to find virgins?
Hi, good vibes.
Hi, good vibes. Tuesday is
Yeah.
weird.
Speaking of, oh no, we weren't speaking of that.
Mm, FYI, there were two separate protests in the city yesterday.
San Francisco.
Thank you. Um, there was one on Mission in the historically Hispanic district, and then there was one a block away from uh, the org. So, yep, they picked up where Gaza left off, basically. So, cutting across that is really not fun. And since I was doing a 4 o'clock tomorrow too, on top of that, it was like, okay, I'll just stay home. And then today it was like, since my leg doesn't hurt anymore, I didn't get in the shower until 1:50 because I was doing laundry, making the bed, dusting the TV, cleaning the counters in the bathroom, thinking about mopping the bathroom floor, uh, put the magic eraser to the walls in the shower while I was in there. That's normal for me when I don't have long COVID or my leg doesn't
Yeah,
hurt.
this is just one example of manic CBF energy.
That's how I can juggle all four of them.
Yes.
So yeah, last night was so easy. It was so strange. All of a sudden, it was 2:30, and I'm like, okay,
Guess we're done.
guess we're ah. So, okay, I will read from the get-go. See, I get distracted when he's here. He's not going to be here for the whole time.
Yeah, I have to
I just asked him
duck out.
a while ago because I heard him come upstairs at 12:30. So I'm like, I can get him for at least 15 minutes.
Good Vibe says, "Hey BF, hey CBF and Papa Cat."
Yes, I
Yes.
saw
Hello
that.
back.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm driving. Okay, Papa Cat, I can barely pull it together for Mondays. That is, we don't really have an end of the week anymore. I don't think we've had one since
Yeah.
COVID. Yeah, the minute he started working from home 5 days a week, that pretty much got rid of a weekend. And then we started going to the other house because we were gonna start working on the other house. And I love my parents. I really love my parents for one reason. Never took down the water, the heat. Uh,
Yeah.
the
Um,
phone might have still
he
been
was
on though.
connected. The furnace kind of conked out
Well, he had to fix the furnace,
after a
but that
while.
was that was normal. Um, but yeah, he kept everything running because if they hadn't been there in 7 years, but he didn't want it to turn into an abandoned building,
Yeah.
which I didn't know at the time because I would have went over to the house and used it like an office. So
Which we sort of
well,
ended up,
that's what we ended
yeah,
up
I
doing.
ended up working from there
Yeah, we
for a
both
couple of
were.
days.
Couple of days, couple of weeks. That
Yes.
was like 6 months. Do you
Yeah.
realize that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't have a grasp on what I should have kept. But that's good because I'd have too much stuff as it is. And someone was talking about the size of the house that you live in. I've realized that we are compacted into the size of the old place. If you look at downstairs on the second floor,
Mm.
it's all in the plate room. There's nothing except boxes like everywhere else. First floor is covered in boxes. This floor is sort of like scooted in certain areas.
We've occupied certain zones.
Yeah, we've got, was it 900 feet and 2,100 feet? So now that
Yeah.
I am feeling better, and yes, the hamstring pulls, no ACLs, no, uh, um, still have the brain fog, no long COVID, no grief. Um, only took 5 years to get over it. Oh, happen to be in one house without a lot of
Hmm.
loose edges. If Papa Cat loses his job, we can pay everything off.
We don't talk like that.
I'm just saying.
Yes. You're just saying.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Hey,
Actually,
Cobelf.
Echo Bill. So, which we've been keeping a very big mind on since the first Trump presidency. He just didn't tell me we were still digging into the old finances. So I can be legitimately called a gold digger because I didn't know any better.
There's no gold here. Sorry, keep digging.
It's just silver and covered in bats.
Yes. So Fuzzy says hi to Cobelf. Good Vibes says hi to Scooter Mom.
I gotta stop doing this because I don't want to wind up with a buffalo hump. Watching Becky up on the screen, and she kept doing that. Nothing else would come through. I had her voice down really little, except I could hear her hump. And I'm like, woman, I'm gonna kill you. That was so funny. So tomorrow at 10:30, go hang out at MLH for Disaster Peace Theater, or as I call it, the Piñata Clubhouse. Because half of the time, it's the giggling that makes you laugh on top of that.
Yeah. CBF is not the only giggler in this community.
Mm-mm. I think MLH actually has the cutest. He sounds like he's 6.
Hmm.
Or he's gonna like uh stalk a town or something. He'd probably make a really good like horror movie giggle guy. So yeah, no. So since there were two different, and we saw the paddy wagons go in front of the club last night.
Like a caravan of
Yep,
four of
5,
them? Four or
5.
five?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because front door guy said there was one that was unmarked.
Right.
So I saw the first one go by, and I'm like, okay. The second one, and I'm like, Amazon's near here because they're sort of that shape, and the door was white. And then the next one went and went, oh, that's a paddy wagon. And as we're going down the hall to go to the
Yeah.
front door, two more go by. So they were basically going from Market Street to Mission Boulevard, Mission.
The Mission. I don't know
I've
exactly
never heard
where.
Mission Street.
Yeah, probably
Um,
Mission Street.
Sounds weird. I don't think of it. Well, I've never called it Mission anything. It's always been Mission from Market to Mission.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because one of the friends came from Market and she said it was fun. Nothing supposedly major happened where she was, which usually means they had to go find, the hall. And another person came in and they had a sign. And uh, I said, you just come from the protest, and they pointed towards Mission and said, yeah. So I said you could probably put the sign in a coat check. So, because it was like this big, it was a little big to be putting on
Yeah.
in a corner somewhere. Besides the fact that somebody would have stolen it.
Hi, Dusty.
Hi, big little brother. When are you coming out here? So I thought today, I'm like, I'm not gonna even risk it today because if there are two already in the city, there'll be another one,
Yeah.
and eventually um blocking the bridge. But I had an idea. If they block the bridge, we can go in the parking lot and come up and block it with them.
Um,
Because the new Bay Bridge you can actually walk on. So
yeah.
we could, it's like, because I've always wanted to be on a bridge protest. And it's like, but if they do it on the bridge, because they always do it when you first get out of the toll plaza and start going up the hill, it's like, we can park in this special parking lot, we can go on the sidewalk there and jump it and then
Yeah.
go hang out in the protest.
I used to do that for my walks,
Yeah.
is go to that parking lot.
Yeah. Everybody loves the fact that the Bay Bridge has a walking path now. So, and the joke was, you're never going to get to YBI. It's 5 miles from the parking lot, I think, but
Uh,
it's all up.
not that much.
Is it? Okay. But at the time, Yerba Buena Island used to be a Coast Guard station, and Treasure Island was right next to it. Well, the Navy gave up Treasure Island in 90 or 95, and it's a man-made island. They started building on it for real. There are condos on YBI, which is fine because that's a real bluff
Yeah.
thing. But they built a 20, 30 story tall apartment building on Treasure Island.
Oh, right. The high
Yeah.
rise. I know. It looks
There's a high
so out
rise
of place.
on Treasure
How?
Island, which looks really weird because the island was made for the 1936 exhibition, and that's when the Palace of Fine Arts was done.
Mhm.
Anything pink in San Francisco was for that. And it was Palace of Fine Arts is just a complicated plaster of Paris that was supposed to be worn down and crashed by now, even considering how close it is to the bay. It's in perfect shape. It's so bizarre. Made with the cheapest materials and it's still fine. Doesn't even crumble.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. It's like, okay, just because we're on this side of the bridge doesn't mean
We can't go on the
we don't have
beach.
a way to get there. And probably uh, other people will know that, but probably not so many that we'd have a hard time getting there.
I always think you don't give our side of the bay enough like applause for
Yeah,
intellect.
yeah.
We're smart over here. We're all a bunch of good MacGyvers. I mean, look at me. Look at what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. The guys taught me how to do that stuff. So the guys on this side of the bay are just hilarious, man. Give them, toothpick and dental floss, and they'll make you a hammock with one of each. So no, I figured if it does happen, I'll just go uh, text some of the Alameda people and go, "You want to come?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'll probably will.
Yep.
We'll also party. We'll get halfway up that area and go, "We'll watch from here." And unfortunately, I won't be able to live it because there aren't enough cell sites around there. Remember, we tried to do the driving thing with you guys and completely effed it up, and that's because at the toll plaza we think they do that on purpose so people don't sit at the metering lights
That's
on
so
their
weird
phones.
because there are big clusters of antennas there.
Right, but I don't, those aren't those types of
Yeah,
antennas. So,
yeah,
um, we think that you can get in voice, but that's it.
yeah.
Call in and say I can't make it, but none of the camera to no load on it.
Yeah.
So, which is brilliant if you ask me, but boring if you're in the passenger seat.
Say hi to Big Giant Head.
Hi, big giant head. Oh God, thank you. God,
What happened?
it's like some kind of a mouse hitting the feeder. It's like he comes on, I realize I'm on top chat.
Oh, you were still on
Top
Top
chat.
Chat. Yeah, there's something
It's like
you hadn't seen.
how many nicknames are you gonna wind up with, Adam? Big
Eh.
giant head, but you're big giant head the second, because my brother's the original big giant head. And that was taken from So I Married an Axe Murderer, which my family, we had so much fun with that movie.
I'll bet.
And I'm probably literally an inch or two smaller than his because regular hats don't fit on my head either. So,
Alcatraz has cell sites. How would you know that, Adam?
because he probably goes and hangs out and looks at these things, unless he knows
Mhm.
somebody at Alcatraz he gets to go and play overnight. So,
East Bay is the best. It's your homeland. Yes, Dusty.
yes, it's all over our homeland except for him over there. We don't talk about that.
It's
Um,
my
but
current home.
he,
What?
this is your current home?
Yeah,
This is the home you're going to die in.
but it's not my homeland.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
You don't like Tennessee, so
Yeah. What does that have to do with it?
Alameda could
My
be your
homeland
homeland.
is
Oh God,
New York City.
I forgot.
2
Was there for a year. It's his home.
years.
2 years. It's his home.
So there, neater, neater.
No, your dad is from New York City,
Yes.
not you. Wait a minute. No, were you born in New York City?
Yes.
Okay, then he can call it that. He's spent most of his time in Tennessee, though.
Brooklyn, baby. Heather Mack's here. Hi, Heather Mack. How's the cell phone coverage? We have our new topic for today. Let's talk about cell phones.
I did find out yesterday when I was watching the protests that some guy had like I thought it was a network or something, but he had, I think it was solar panel, and he had Starlink. He was doing his feed on
Okay.
Starlink
How do you know that? Or how did?
because he said it
Oh,
because
okay.
the one of the protesters I was watching knew the guy, or no, somebody said to go to him to get internet because I guess his was dropping or something.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh, you're the one who was supposed to find me." And he's like, "Yeah." So he had this jacket on, he had a backpack, he had his little solar thing on top. And the guy asked him, "How do you do it?" And he goes, I do it through Starlink. And he's like, that must be really expensive.
Yeah, I would think,
Uh,
especially.
no, it's only about $130 a month,
Okay.
which is not bad in the tech world,
Yeah.
seriously. And he could have like 8 people on it or something. Because yeah, we were all under the impression that Starlink was $600. I don't care who has Starlink,
Or,
honestly.
to be used for emergencies only.
Yeah, honestly, F him. He's not gonna have anything else in his world. Have him take Starlink down last. Um, I have no problem with it, especially if fiber just sits there next door and teases us constantly.
Yeah, what the hell? We've been here almost 4 years.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 years since we've been teased about it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, what the F AT&T?
So I might look at it to pro because I have a feeling I know a couple other people who would also pay for it
Do we have to like, do the whole old school, run a cable from over there?
from the satellite up.
No, no, from next
I
door.
mean that way.
Yeah, that way.
Oh, we can
What
ask my
what
big
was the
giant head and
what was
find
the
out.
word for that?
Piracy?
Not war driving is when you
No,
you
that's when
you
you
do
buy.
wireless.
Yeah,
But yeah, whatever the old
that's
school
old
term
school,
for
hen.
stealing cable from your neighbors.
Stealing
Uh,
cable from your neighbors.
okay, all right. I thought there was a word for that.
And my brother could do it very easily.
Oh God, yeah,
Actually, no. Fiber's hidden secured differently
yeah.
because he hasn't offered. So if he hasn't offered, there's no way to do it.
Okay. I was born in Brooklyn,
Don't,
lived
don't.
lived there. Yeah. And she's like, don't.
Trust me, I didn't want him to say Brooklyn.
Well, that's out of the bag.
So,
Nebulous. Hi, Nebulous. Hello, Nebulous.
menopause fam.
Shake.
You can sing that to Buffalo Hump. Do you know how many women are going to start singing that? Which would be really cool because we'll know where it came from.
Shakespeare cliffed over UK around 3 a.m., looking out towards France with nobody around apart from twinkling stars in the dark sea. Aww.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, that's got to be beautiful. Born and raised in urban areas, when we took our uh, um, cruise to Alaska in 2011,
2010.
2010,
Yeah.
um, I was just amazed because there really isn't anywhere that I had been before that, before we were in the Arctic or not at the glaciers,
It's Glacier Bay.
Glacier Bay, and at nighttime, and it was just like, holy crap. The only bummer was is the Aurora Borealis just looked like a city on the other side of a hill.
Yeah, we couldn't really see the shapes. And we both tried taking pictures, and it was hopeless.
It was a bummer though
Even with
because
like the cameras you have now, probably would
but
not
we
have
had
come
the
out.
10-second like fight because he's like, that's the Aurora Borealis. I'm like, no, it isn't. That's a city. He goes, there are no cities. I go, yes, there is. It's a
Yeah.
city. And got a map or something and showed me. He's like, huh, no, no, that's really the Aurora Borealis. And I'm like, I'll be happy that it was and bummed that it was that unimpressive and knew I couldn't get a picture of it.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't have a real camera with me because I'm an idiot. No, actually, I didn't have a real camera at the time. No, all
Yeah,
I
you
had
might
was
not.
the point and shoots.
Yeah. We still have all those pictures, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, but now I have my Leica.
Yeah. They might be enhanceable with AI to show something, but
That's not the same.
I know.
Yeah,
What
I'm
were you saying about it
serious,
too?
but I hate using filters.
They're
Um,
expropriating cable from reptilian fat cats. Okay, that's the phrase I was looking
yeah,
for.
I like that
Yeah,
phrase.
that'll work. That'll work.
Pals of Fine Arts will la di da.
uh
It's pink.
Oh, you are back a ways.
I
Okay.
am back a ways.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm just like trying not to touch it and see where I
Did
can.
you say hi to Heather Mac?
So I said hi to Heather, and I'm
Okay.
still not here there yet because there are two different protests going on in the city right
Yeah.
now, and I really wouldn't be surprised if Gaza actually jumps on too because we have the room here, or we have the I don't know. It's a lot different here. So the looting doesn't happen in the city. The looting happens in Oakland, but who knows what they're going to be protesting by the end of the week?
We haven't heard any whirly birds today.
No, but that was Oakland.
Yep.
Um, and they can't really fly one in the city. I think that's SFO right over it.
Oh, okay.
So you don't really see them flying into the city. You see them flying on the bridges. Traffic. They can do traffic, but that's about it. Uh, oh,
Is that what I think it is?
it's no, I've got
Oh,
her. I had to mute her again.
okay.
She was going bonkers.
The BFF news report.
Yeah. Stand the open letter to stand Governor Newsom because I have probably the DCC. I haven't stopped them yet. I did a lot of stops to a lot of the political stuff I was getting because I was just too damn depressed after the election. So,
No, Clark's here. Hi, Clark.
hi, Clark.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I remember
Okay,
Clark sometimes speaks in multi-part
that's what I was
messages.
expecting.
Yep,
I was like, wait a minute,
exactly.
that's not.
You're not too late. We're halfway in.
I don't. I've never watched Airwolf. That's a boys' show when we were kids, wasn't it?
I don't think I watched it. That was,
By that time, I was watching Masterpiece.
I was gonna like, that was either Don Johnson or the MacGyver guy or who was Airwolf. All right,
Helicopter guy.
yeah.
Wasn't Airwolf the
Gen
helicopter
X
guy?
trivia, folks. Who was the star of Airwolf?
Yeah.
Not the helicopter, but the guy.
Let's see. Okay. I should send that to my brother. He'd probably like that. More like expropriating cable from reptilian fat
Yeah.
cats. And since my brother is the way he is, if I said something like that, that might actually try to get him to get it over here so he could say that. You know him,
Yeah. Yep.
anime freak. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, Aurora Borealis controlled by UAF DOD HAARP. Ancient tech recovered by O2 whoever track recall.
Welcome to the House of Gibberish.
And I should just put my channel on Contrail Girl, which is one of my alternative visages. Yeah. Let's
And
see.
Michael Vincent. Okay, that was the other.
Copper, right?
That was Airwolf. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you were talking about the other guy. Yeah, okay,
I
okay.
was thinking of actors of similar something
Yeah,
from
no,
that period.
the Columbo, Mannix, uh, the firemen, um, all of these like uh semi sad shows. My grandmother, she watched all of those.
Yes. Okay.
So I've seen probably
That's
every
that's
episode
that's your
of
memory.
Mannix because
Yeah.
she'd play the repeats too.
Yeah.
So we'd watch them, you know. So yeah, I got exposed to Columbo from my grandmother. And I don't know if I did that to my mom because I did that to my parents with SNL. Um, my brother came home from school, went to my bedroom, said, "No, you need to be watching this." It was the third episode of the first season of SNL. I was 7, 8, and of course, I loved it. So in about 3 or 4 weeks, I went, "No, you guys need to watch this." That was it. That's why I know I could probably do Batsomatic in my sleep.
Mannix lived in the Brady house. SWAT. Yes. God, my family and I
My
watched that religiously.
Nana loves it.
Yep.
Loved
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And a
It was,
great theme song too.
yes.
Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. What? What? What'd I say? What'd I say?
Once in a great while, he pops out with something like that. And I think it's so cute because, neither one of us can sing. So,
Yeah, there's that.
and usually I'd go, do it again, do it again.
No.
That's the answer. Ah, okay, let's see. The Aurora was the first Soviet ship to fire during the revolution. They made a cute cartoon about it. Revolution. The Marines aren't going to be able to come out for at least 3 days because they have to go on maneuvers before they go there to make sure that they have everything down. In other words, stick it up your butt, President.
Woo!
So since they're taking it from a vintage base, because 29 Palms is quote unquote real Marines, they don't have to go on maneuvers because they do it already. Um, and this is what they called it too. They called them maneuvers. Like, because you don't say rehearsal or practice or,
Yeah.
updating. So maneuvers. So they're going down to someplace near LA, but I think out more in the desert, and they're going to be there for at least 3 days, and then they'll go. So, um, which is what I figured, which is I figured along with everybody else last night that they're never going to make it. So yeah, K and J were both like, mm-mm. So, uh,
Thanks.
back in the day, Clarence 13X thanks Mayor Lindsay for not being overly aggressive with protesters. We need that energy today. Well, they're not really being over aggressive with protesters. During the day, they're just sitting there and watching, and by the nighttime, the thugs do the handoff, and you know, and there you go. We were all teasing about Waymo though, because our Waymos are probably not even in the city,
Yeah,
so
they'd probably all put them in cold storage for a little while.
they're probably all in Marin.
Yeah. I would love to see that caravan of those guys driving over the Golden Gate Bridge
Hmm.
with police escort.
So there's that. I could do without the sanitation. It now, okay. From Clarence X1 X12. I know X12. There's a great clip of NYC union guys from the 60s hashing out a contract. It's great. I bet. I bet. Oh, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the longshoremen from the port go and try to tell everybody to shut up with the rioting or shut up with the protesting because the port is empty. Last night I saw one little bitty cargo ship. It looked like
Yeah, no,
looked
nobody would.
tiny,
Yeah,
like the ones next to the size of
yeah.
ours, because we have these super big carpet cargo ships. It was a little bitty ship that was piled as high as it could be, and that was it. Nothing else. There were four empty ships in the bay when we were going to club. Go buy your toothpaste now, people, while you can. Keep the fire alive.
Oh, you reminded me.
Another streak day coming.
I haven't hit that like button yet. Now I have.
Ooh, hit the like button.
Yes, hit the like button. She'll remind you again at the end of the stream, of course, but doesn't hurt to like it now.
I try to remember.
Yes.
I made my steps in for today. See, my body doesn't work. One of these days along here, I'll be like, hi, I'm done.
I'm walking all day long.
Yeah. If I don't remember to do my stretching. But weirdly enough, the orange one is helping me do my stretching at the end of the night because
Bet.
she has a bad dream. She looks at me, 'cause wherever she is, she looks at me and she's like, meow, 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 meow. And I come up and then I brush her. And that's usually, of course, around the living room. So, and then I'll stretch. So she's been giving me some good stretches at the end of the night. It's probably why I'm not feeling horrible. So, where are we?
Swap.
Ephraim Zimbalist
Uh,
Jr.
right. Who was the, if I'm not mistaken, the, no, no, I mean, the pilot in Airport 75 before Charlton Heston came in and took over.
Was he?
Yeah, wasn't that him?
We gotta watch that between protesting.
Yeah. The beginning of the movie, he and Eric Estrada are like doing their, man talk.
It,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's you. You always had to say his name like that. You couldn't say any piece. It had to be Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
yep. And we're a sucker for those movies, as you guys probably know by now. So,
Airplane, Airport, Towering Inferno, and that's
Earthquake,
because Towering Inferno is a Bank of America,
yeah,
in San Francisco. Uh,
Earthquake,
Earthquake, um,
uh,
Bruce Willis, duh.
Die Hard.
Die
Well, Die
Hard.
Hard is 80s, but yeah,
No,
but
but
still,
there's still
yeah, that
disaster
that
movies.
genre, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Disaster movies. Even
Hmm.
the bad Poseidon Adventure version that was on ABC, I watched.
Oh, we forgot the best one.
Hmm.
With the music, best song of all time,
What?
the Cassandra Crossing,
Oh my God. We love that movie.
starring Sophia Loren and produced by her husband.
Oh, is that what it was?
Carlo Ponti was the producer. I
Wow.
believe so.
I liked her in that movie,
Oh
so
yeah, she was good.
she was awesome.
Anyway, where were we?
I was briefly part of a book club for union organizers and union side labor lawyers in New York, and it's the closest I've come to joining a cult. Oh yeah.
Yeah, good
Oh
one.
yeah. It's like it's the same way here. San Francisco was infamous for longshoremen, and that's why I still call them longshoremen. So, and Oakland, they all just came to Oakland after San Francisco just sort of evaporated and came to Oakland, and I'm sure they're all grandchildren of the originals. I don't think that even goes out into the real world anymore. So, talk about cult. SNL was required viewing in my household.
Good fuzz.
Good fuzz. Now I know. Now you and I really
You're
get
definitely
along.
one of us. Yep. Our top story tonight.
His daughter was on Remington Steele.
Stephanie's Zimbalist.
Duh, I
Yeah.
forgot. You never like sort of put those things together.
Yep.
Little known fact, Zimbalist is the Russian word for bootlegger.
Okay.
Yeah, I
We'll
love
we'll
that.
allow it.
Surprising, my parents tried to shelter me as much as possible from SNL. It's not like she's trying to, they were trying to shelter you from the young ones or anything.
Well, hey, and you guys had SCTV.
You guys had SCTV.
Yeah. Well, did eventually, but yeah.
I never got it when I was younger.
Mm.
It was just a little too dry for me. It was the 70s
Yeah.
and the 80s. It was like,
Yeah.
it was quiet and it was more of a guy show.
Funny as hell though.
Well, now it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, where am I? Never makes sense. Humans fighting other humans. What was it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Um, was the chief your Bible? Yeah, like anyone I do. First book was Antonio Gramsci, and I was like, I think I'm good on this. Sorry they couldn't keep you safe from the likes of me. Buzz. Ah, Buzz, they couldn't keep me safe from most of my friends either, right? I was actually the weird part about it is I was actually the one that was most likely to say knock it off. But that's because especially when the best friend from there was like in another school, she was in high school and I'd be in junior high and they want to be up to something. And I'm like, Pops, duh. Like I didn't have one on following me then. Um she okay, if they don't get amored from Marxism, they'll just keep spinning in circles. Under the age of 30, a male heterosexual, I found her enticing. Did you know that her father, like his father, was not only a violinist but a composer?
Interesting.
Who?
Uh, are we talking about Ephraim?
I don't know. Trying to stretch. I didn't do much stretching last night, which I should have because I was giving children crap about, don't hand me your origami money. Um, don't ask me to count it for you. Um, you can give me the extra one, but I'm giving you singles back because I need the fives. Um, why is why isn't the ticket under your name? Okay. Do you know your confirmation number? Okay, there you go. Which, believe it or not, the whole 20 years that I've worked, or 28 years, because I've worked since I was 30, that I've worked in the system only twice has it ever been hacked by somebody giving me the confirmation number because
Oh, there, that system.
yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of, especially the club is 18 and over, so a lot of parents still pay for the club. It's a safe club, so not rampant drug fiends, and it's something if their parents really wanted to, they can. I'm not the youngin, or I'm not the oldest anymore. Um, so a lot of kids do that. A lot of shows, once it started becoming more and more popular, parents were doing that. So only twice was I had to let people in because somebody else got their code. And it was so busy, I wasn't paying attention, so I couldn't even describe the people who did it. So that's where I also learned security because um, I would catch people trying to look because I'd have it covered. I'd try, and people, I would catch people like behind me, and I go, either you go over there, or you're not coming in. So yes, people will figure out any way to get into a $35 band. Jesus, even back then that was cheap. I did pull it yesterday. I'm like, $8.
Yeah.
Probably the cheapest club in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Get over yourself. Mhm.
Where are we? All right.
The original Ultraman. Nope, not mine. He was Alfred as a voice actor for some animated Batman shows. Ephraim. Ah, okay.
Good to know.
I used to listen to the government. It's a bit like Russian roulette. It goes in one ear and then goes out the other. Yep. You don't remember Fuzzy. She's right here. She's a mod here. She's also a mod on MLH's Pinata Clubhouse.
I think I think Scooter's saying I don't remember, comma, fuzzy about Ultraman.
Mansplaining.
Well, I'm just trying to help.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay.
Nerd.
Huh? Do you know the word gullible is not in the dictionary?
My favorite painter is Ephraim Symbolist Jr., like that.
I was going to say, if is someone who plays the cymbals in the orchestra called a cymbalist?
I knew a kid who said that Sophia Loren was a better actress than his aunt, who was Helen Hayes. Whoa!
Ooh.
Something against his aunt, didn't he?
And Helen Hayes was in Airport. The little old lady who kept faking tickets to get on planes.
Yes, I was going
Yeah,
to say the other one was Gloria Swanson.
that was Airport
Yeah.
75.
She said she wanted
Right,
to be in a movie that her children could see in the theater,
right.
or her grandchildren. She
Yeah,
promised her grandchildren that she'd,
great motivation for
yeah.
being in a
So
film.
that was the last film she did, and there
Yeah,
was like a 40-year difference or something between them.
yeah,
So, because everybody's like, why did you come back? And why don't you do more? She goes, nope, I'm just doing one.
yeah. And she got to basically play herself.
And she did play herself,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it was neat because you do wonder back then, why is she in this movie? And she is not bad looking, bad actress.
Hmm.
WTF, she could be acting. Not in the 70s. She had reached past the age of 20. On Batman, all the villains were represented in court by Lucky Pierre, played by Pierre Salinger.
Uh,
Really? You don't have your tablet.
I don't even see that. Who said that?
Flip the page.
Who said that?
Uh, Now I lost it.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Better actors. Yes, but I also didn't watch SCTV. Oh,
All right. Oh,
that
hey,
sucks.
a rib guy is here.
Hello, Rib Daddy.
Or sorry, rib daddy.
Which Becky said, I don't call anybody daddy. I said, I did it by an accident. He's the only one I call that. She's like, it's creepy to call somebody daddy. She went on this whole thing about it yesterday. I don't remember if it was on MLH or when she sneaked out. Because yes, the family didn't want her going to the protests. She sneaked out. Um, I am really far back.
I have to give props to Clark for the my favorite photographer was F. Stop Fitzgerald. Oh,
I know. I like that.
yeah.
That's where I keep going there. Uh, Something still talking about something Scooter and Fuzz. So Scooter, you do this with old people because you got me talking to you in Becky's chat yesterday.
Yes, I saw that.
Woman. Uh, let's see. Okay, below that, Alfred on the '60s TV Batman with Charles Dickens' grandson, or maybe great grandson. Damn. That would make sense. He did look sort of like the plainest version of a white person you could ever see. Adam, I used to love watching Batman in the '60s. You're not that old, woman. You still watched Batman in the '70s. The original Batman movie is one of my absolute favorites. So campy. Oh, the original Batman movie. That's '68, isn't it?
Oh, the movie?
The movie. It was like the monkeys era.
Okay, yeah. Somebody else can probably answer better than I can.
I really liked King Tut. He was an academic who got clunked on the head and went nuts. Of course,
Yep.
now I'm just thinking of the damn song. And this sucks so hard too. And I'm sure my grandmother, if she would have been alive today, was willing to smack herself upside the head. Is King Tut was here in San Francisco when I was I think.
Mm.
And we didn't go because it's too expensive. And at the time, and we never mentioned it to anybody. So my mother probably would have sent us, no problem. Hell, my dad would have sent us. And they weren't even speaking yet. So, it was one of those things. So my mom asked me, why didn't I ever go to King Tut? I was like, it was expensive. So I spent summers when I was younger with my grandmother. And so that's the only thing that bugs me because by the time we ever get to Egypt, all that crap may be gone. There's so many things that were blown up by freaking Hamas and them that were considered idols. So there are programs about this is what used to be here and this is what's left. And because there were so many things in the deserts and all over that area, and they were going through blowing it up because can't can't worship any other idol. It's like those are art. It's worship. It just I was watching it somewhere and it's just making me just well up. It's like all of these things that are being destroyed. So let's see, King Tut, King Tut. Ephraim Sr. was a famous classical musician from the early. It's a
Really,
little early. Did they have
yeah, we were missing a digit there. Someone's asking about
marimba?
microphones. So Rib Guy needs help, right? Maybe Papa can help you with my question. Okay, Rib Guy, I'll message you later if I can. Carrie Ann is back.
I'm never this behind, but he's here. That's why I'm
I
behind.
know. I'm like,
Because I like talking to him.
here we
That's
go.
the
Here we go. Here
problem.
we go. Here we go.
If I didn't like talking to him, I'd be like right on top of this. So,
Yeah. No, you're
or if he was sitting
buzz.
next to me, it's sitting over there because I keep turning my
Yeah.
head.
He gave his life for tourism.
Wasn't that what we were singing that time at the other girlfriend's wedding when you were trying to get my waist cincher off of me?
God, I don't remember that.
Hammered out of my mind. I have a 30 hook elastic waist cincher on, and he gets my dress off, and for some reason we started singing King Tut.
Do do do
And
do
we
do
did it the
do
whole time
do.
he's trying to get my because it was back. So I couldn't
Oh,
even
it must have
reach
been
it.
one of the lyrics or something. Yeah.
Stuck in our head, and so we're singing King Tut. I felt so sorry for the people, but then again, I think wedding party was on both
Yeah.
sides.
There it
So,
is. Jennings.
oh my God, that was so funny. It was the one thing I remember the most out of it because he couldn't get me out of my cincher. And it was like, of course, it would have been easier, but the cincher was easier to put on that day.
I
So,
need to
you need to
I
leave.
need to check out.
Okay, bummer.
All right. I'm gonna head into the other room. I'll probably be on the chat for a little while, but otherwise you're in good hands with Fog.
You're not going to leave the mic on.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah. With these mics, one of
Mhm.
these days, keep us up. I'll go, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'll have the mic still clipped to my
Never
shirt.
get by me, but if he'd probably go, if you want me to go get you coffee or something, he'd be downstairs talking to the girls. That
Yes.
he would never get to the bathroom with that on.
Well, not by accident.
No, not with me around.
Okay. Bye bye, y'all.
Bye, guy. Come here, give me a kiss. A couple of friends yesterday were like, "Would you guys stop it? It's so bizarre."
Ew.
Ew, cooties. And then I would say, it's been 23 years. And 3 years before that, when we were just sleeping together. And one of the people were like, no. Let's see. Let's go back to look at her face. That's what I want to look like when I'm 69. And he's been outed. So there's some place that knows where this guy is. He has a website. Is like probably after the first 6 months, if I haven't moved in my weight, I'm going to get in that line and sell my children. So let's see. From early 205, did you fix it? And see, now I'll be able to catch up. Uh, oh, you're back and home now. Your cousin called. What did you miss? Not much. We're just babbling because I started listening to Aaron and Jenna talking about what they posted last night. And so they're talking about this guy and Tom DeVos. And the one point they had, so back to Scientology, the one point they had was that Nobody's telling the people what they did in Scientology because they don't want to be convicted of something. And it's like they should pull what a Gottie's guard guard guy did. But also that would be witness protection because isn't he in witness protection? Which is basically telling them everything because they can't do anything to Miscavige because nobody will say they were there or that he signed the paper and they did it. It's like everybody doesn't want to talk about it. Even DeVos said that he was let down because Rinder didn't put it in his book. No final deathbed confession as far as I knew. So that's the thing. It's like everybody's too afraid to say something, so it just sits in some bizarre limbo because it's all hearsay. And I was thinking that is a good point. And it's like if they go into witness protection, how could it make their life any worse than when they were hiding from Scientology? So and besides the witness protection can disappear your butt really nicely. And I'm sure somewhere in the back of all of these people's minds is, you know, is today my fair game day? So that was what I was watching today. Um, oh, and then back to the protest. Day before yesterday, Nerd Report says you can sponsor an immigrant family. Wouldn't that be interesting? Mm, oh yeah, and I still like my idea of for his army parade, which absolutely makes no sense, or Captain was it Bone Spurs? Is that nobody shows up to anything and stays at home, all of it, and sort of give him the big finger. Could you picture him losing his mind on TV, going, "Why aren't you there? Why aren't you out? Why isn't anybody causing any problems?" And everybody's just at home because there are enough people on the other side who would agree with me and would stay home. There isn't any way that it would be a big enough audience anywhere. I wish we could do that. That'd be the greatest thing. There'd be no violence, there'd be no aggression. It'd be just like just gonna stay home today and don't go out between the times that it was scheduled for the parade. Just the parade time. That's it. After the parade is over, then we'll come back out again. And then we can do the regular protests. Wouldn't it be cool? Talk about me living in a fairyland. Yes, I do live in a fairyland. I'm used to it. Why is everybody hiding? Oh, it's probably, hold on. And it's a little bit better. Gotta get Carrie Ann and Dusty in here. This is Dusty now. So, because Aaron's the Mediterranean one up there. So, and you can tell Cricket's the bratty one on top, going, I'm gonna go make some music and be creative. Ah. So, let's see. Uh, just saw him wearing one. One what? He's pretty tech savvy rip guy. Oh, yeah, they're called lavalier microphones because they were designed to be um held like on a thing around your neck. People just they weren't originally designed to be hooked everywhere. So, I actually have one too. Since we're together, I hacked this to make it look like I'm using the pink one. The pink one is for when I'm by myself. So, now one problem we've come across that I need to take a look at is you can't do remote mics with Prism. And I want to stay with Prism. I've had good time with them and they're monetizing next year. They're growing money next month. So, um he was talking about that they don't um do Bluetooth and I'm like we're going to be paying for it. I bet you they'll start doing it. So, It's still, I think, cheaper than everybody else right now. So it's like get in what you can. Um, okay, working down, working on. La 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 la. I don't know who the Snoop sisters were, Adam. Okay, where did I? Okay, Ultra Boys from DC Legion of Superheroes. Okay, I don't do any of that, unfortunately. And I even had a friend who was Superman's drawer for a while. Uh, Her son was on Hawaii Five-O. Okay. Who said that? Come on. Who said what? I just went to see the Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson was wild. Old Wes Anderson or new Wes Anderson? I like the old version of him. After stream, can you help with wireless mic questions? I'm having issues. Yep, that's definitely a Papa Cat thing. He is the DJ. Um, wow, you won't believe how I read this, Nebulous. You're peeing some fresh onions. I had to redo it. Wheeling and brought me tortillas. Ah. And if we can figure out how to go visit Portland, because I have to avoid certain family members. So, which actually might be easier than I think. Ooh, I just have to be willing to go to Portland in July. Um, I'm gonna go up there to get some Walla Wallas. I have a friend of mine too who, when she found out that my dad was bringing Walla Wallas, she asked for one, and unfortunately, she lives a long way away from me, like the coast and around Santa Cruz, which is nothing but like it takes an hour to get anywhere around there. Uh, she was teasing me because she made onion rings with them. I'm like, oh my God. The most I do, the most I do because I'm not cooking is I make the tuna salad with or egg salad or chicken salad with the Walla Wallas in them. So no spoilers. LOL, I was born in 63. Yeah, you're still old, young enough to be what I said. 1966, 1967, me. Um, and I'm 2 months older than Carrie Ann. Ah, see? Scooter said, Rib Guy, I guess that means I should call you Rib Daddy. He gave his life for tourism. Yes. King Ted. Uh, shouldn't call you Rib Daddy. No spoilers to give. Good. Yeah, if it's old him, it's impossible to have a spoiler. It's like the whole movie is a spoiler. I went with my grandfather to see the Chinese jade suit when they had it at the Asian Art Museum. I think it was the second time he went. Wow. Yeah, when the Asian Art Museum city opened here, I was just fascinated by the lions in the front. I'm like, so I think they were part of an exhibit, the jade lions. Could have swore they were jade lions. I think they were an exhibit. I was just amazed by them. I was like, wow, can I have one? So funny. Musicians from early 205 played the lute. Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Ah, okay. Ciao, Scooter Mom. Have fun. She had to go mod. Nebulous is throwing a bunch of emojis for Scooter Mom. Steve Martin was in My Blue Heaven, directed by Nora Ephron, who was married to Mitch Pileggi, who wrote Goodfellas. They were released the same year, 6 Degrees of Witness Protection. Oh. So that's why he came. That's why he stuck his head out finally. I was wondering, it was like, because was it when they first started talking about making the movie? It was like all of a sudden he started doing the tour, and it's like I didn't realize he was married to Nora Ephron. Wow, that's cool in a really twisted way because he was still a crook. But new Wes Anderson with Bened, Benicio del Toro, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Scarlett Johansson. That might not suck. Hmm. I should remember to write that for later. 17 Southwest Santa Cruz is something out. Oh yeah, now boy, can I drive that puppy. I mean to the places like was it Los Gatos? No, not Los Gatos. Los Altos. You know, where they're surrounded by like San Mateo district where all those one houses are. They She has a farm somewhere, or her boyfriend has a farm somewhere around there. Um, they were lions or what are called foo dogs. They are a sort of right. I called them the lions because they're the dragons and then the lions. And you're right. I never even thought that they look like dogs or they're like dogs. So, um, yeah. And then growing up, where I grew up, went to see Chinese New Year parade a million times. Uh, celebrated Chinese New Year because it was here. And that was when my neighbor's mom would bring, or one of my play friends' mom would bring over fried wonton for us. So good. Don't know what was in the middle. Didn't care. It was her thing. And then my dad would take enchiladas over there. For some reason, the white man made just amazing enchiladas. And he says they're from a book. Because I'm like, can I have the enchilada recipe finally? He's like, it's in a book. I went, you put the recipe in a book? Great. I threw out a bunch of recipes. And he goes, no, it's literally in a book. So now I'm going to have to it, get into his mind and at least see if he can remember the name of it because he brought those things everywhere. He took them to work a lot. Everybody loved his enchiladas and they would ask if my mom made him. The snob would go, no, I don't make enchiladas. And, and I go, he made them. It's just so bizarre. The whitest man on the planet made enchiladas. Mmm. Hey, UKA, tell or lick her Orion back for me. Yeah, statuary spiritual protectors. Yeah, I need to find a couple of them. I don't have any in the house right now. Just my Buddha and my cat, the lucky cat. And I got it before they started doing the mass. I got mine last year when I was at the antique fair. I saw a perfectly one in good order. That's a bank. Because you see them at all of the stores. I meant mass for the regular crowd. Because now you're starting to see them like uh um not restoration hardware, but home stores. It's like, okay, that's tacky, but I grew up here, so to me that's tacky if it's not in a Chinese store in Chinatown, but okay. And I'm like, I got mine from a real source. You're getting yours from, well, you're getting from China, but you're getting it from a store. It just don't even try to think to rationalize in my world. It doesn't work. So, um see, I caught up pretty fast. In the 18th century, they found dinosaur teeth. They thought these must be belong to dragons. Oh, that's so cute. Until Mr. Darwin shot him down. Yeah. No wonder there's a problem with evolution. Mr. Darwin told them all, no, that's not what you think it is. You don't get to have dragons. They're just dinosaurs. That would have been so cool. So, for what? Maybe a couple of months, people thought that we had dragons on the, world for real. You know how much it would have been easier teaching them the rest of evolution if he wouldn't have talked about it? Yay! That's so adorable. Okay, and so on that note, I am going to say goodnight, go play with my laundry, go try to figure out speech to text. Oh, yeah, let me drop that for a second. Does anybody know of a good speech to text program off the top of your head? You have a minute to answer. Jordan Peterson still thinks they belong to dragons. Science. I'm sorry, I'll always be a science person. Hell, I used to try to explain science fiction when I was a kid. That can't be possible. And then get into these discussions with my brothers. I don't think so. So, yes, I think it's not just, I think my forehead was probably a way to fight back at me at the time. because they're the reasons I have bangs, because they'd lift my forehead and ask me what's playing that night. Um, Maybe that's where dragon stories came from, folks finding dinosaur teeth in antiquity. That's very possible. Speechify. Thank you. Cool. Dragon, naturally speaking, worth a look. So did I cover all of these? Yep, my weird ass protest plan. The sponsor immigrant families. Oh, audit LA needs a little bit hope, and just being um just being hopeful that there will be a city to come to on the 15th, or country to come to on the 15th. She's got a wish list going now, and she has her GoFundMe because things are getting more expensive, of course. So, and the Marines. Okay, I did it. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm leaving, Rib Daddy. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go back and do laundry and watch protests, and hopefully I'm not driven to Old Tifa to go talk about things. Okay, so what do I say? Like, sub, become a member, and then go buy toothpaste because there are no ships in the port. Okay? I will talk to you guys all